Welcome back everyone, I'm Daisy, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing 7 rookie mistakes I made as a stained glass beginner and how you can avoid making the same mistakes I did. Let's go. Number 1, I was cutting my pieces too big. If you guys cut out and trace your pattern pieces like I do, then you may run into this problem. The line that you trace around the piece is naturally a bit bigger than the piece itself. So if you follow that line on the center, or worse, along the outside of the line that you draw, you are going to end up having to grind off a lot of excess to make your piece fit into the master pattern. So it's really important that you're scoring just ever so slightly to the inside of the line. You're still on the line, but you're on the inside of it. That way, when you cut, your piece is going to require much less grinding, and you're going to find that your grinder bit is going to last you much longer. Mistake number 2, not using a master pattern when grinding. So when I first started designing patterns, it didn't really occur to me to print off 2 copies. So that often led to my projects looking a little bit distorted from the original plan. So now it's really comforting to use a master pattern and know for sure that everything's lining up as it should be. And since testing the glass to the pattern is kind of crucial, I like to laminate my master pattern, or put it in a little plastic sleeve of some sort. That way I can reuse it. Number 3, not rinsing and drying glass pieces well after grinding. So copper foil does not stick to cutter oil, glass dust, or moisture of any kind. So give your glass a good rinse and dry, or even take it to the next level and hit it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Number 4, bad burnishing. This can lead to lifting, which is when your copper foil pulls away from your glass after the soldering process, and it is just so very sad. So ensure this doesn't happen by using the burnishing tool to flatten the foil as flush as possible onto the glass. Pay special attention to textured glass because it has a lot of nooks and crannies, so really make sure that you're creating a good seal. Side note, it's really important as well to be sure that you're using the right size foil for your glass. You need enough overhang on the front and the back of your glass to create a good seal. Number 5, too much or not enough flux. Too much and it causes your solder to spatter, which can lead to burns and a mess on your work table, and it causes an excess amount of smoke. I once heard that solder isn't what smokes, it's the flux that's smoking. So if that's true, that could be a good indicator that you're maybe using too much. On the other hand, too little flux and your solder doesn't stick to the copper or flow properly. You do have to find that sweet spot. Number 6, not using enough solder. If you aren't using enough solder, your lines will look flat and the piece will ultimately be flimsy. This piece here is my very first ever stained glass piece that I ever did, and as you can see, there's not enough solder. My seams are very flat. So when you compare that to this piece that I recently did, you can see that I've gotten a little bit better at soldering and my lines are much more raised and rounded, and that's because I have applied much more solder to my projects. So it's a game changer for sure. Now the same principle goes for edge soldering as well. You need enough solder on the edge that it hugs the edge and creates a raised bead, not only on the outer edge, but on the front and the back of the project. So when you're beading the edge of a piece with enough solder, gravity is going to pull a little bit around to the front and back of the piece, which looks beautiful and is really good for structure. And finally, mistake number 7, not scrubbing the piece clean enough after the soldering process. This is bad for a number of reasons because flux and impurities left on a project can cause corrosion over time, but you will feel the immediate effects of not properly cleaning when you go to apply patina. I thought I was cleaning it good enough, but my black patina often wasn't dark enough and my copper patina looked splotchy and oxidized like this instead of bright and shiny like this. Scrubbing and scrubbing some more with soapy water or a flux cleaner, and then rinsing well and drying completely is the most important step to prime your piece for good patina application. Well, if any of these common mistakes hit awfully close to home, hopefully you got some information that will help you rectify the situation. And if you found this video helpful, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching and have a very blessed day. Bye.